Hey everybody, welcome to our post show. Fucking glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for being our Patreons. I know you're waiting, DC. What are we talking about today?
Trigun, Badlands, Rumble!
You know, I'm starting to think that you might like Trigun.
Trigun, Badlands, Rumble! It's got Vash!
That's literally the name of my dog. I also enjoy this anime. That's why I was not salty that it won, because this is one of the ones I own. I don't have that fanciness though.
Did you know? Interesting fact about Trigun Badlands Rumble is that the DVD box, not only does it have a CD for extra special features, but it has an alternate cover on the inside that you can flip out.
Interesting.
Yeah, look at that. It's a little bit more anime-ish.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a great. It's just a movie. You don't have to really know anything about the show to enjoy this movie.
No, this is a great introduction to Trigun if you know nothing about it.
It really is, though. And I had a hair in my mouth. Apologies, but yeah, Trigun's a great anime. Like, if you watch the anime as well as the movie, you'll learn more about both of them. Mainly more about the world the movie set in. But either way, it's still just a good movie all the way around. But it starts off that we see a dice blowing in the wind, and we hear a distress call about a bank robbery, and then we go to
It's
a bank.
Gasback!
And there's robbers holding up the staff, and yeah, redhead robber. His name is Gasback. He's pretty famous for his robberies.
He is not just famous bank robber. Yes.
And look, he doesn't just want to steal their things. He wants to take people's spirits. Well, like he wants to break people.
Yeah. Well, he wants to see the look of your. He gives the whole thing like, you're crooks, but I like seeing the people that I screw over.
Exactly. Also, once again, spoilers, obviously, at this point.
Oh,
if you're watching,
massive spoilers, but
for the whole movie.
This is important. What?
And nothing really for the show, though. It doesn't really spoil anything major from the show.
No, not really spoiling anything from the show. What is the event that causes Gasback to give that speech, though?
You're asking me questions that my brain is not prepared to handle right now.
One of his men.
Oh yeah, one of his men starts taking the rings and the wallets off the staff that are all tied up.
He steals a necklace from one of the guys.
Yeah,
that's an important plot point.
And he's like, "Look, I don't just want their money; I want to break them." Kind of thing.
Yeah. So he kind of gives him a flick for stealing. As a powerful flick. As bad as a powerful flick.
He does. He uses that flick frequently.
Yes.
And
start robbing.
He wants to be seen stealing too. He likes being a popular thief. He really does. And they open the vault. Explosions. And
it's such an awesome scene. They open the vault.
It really is.
Boom, and there's this trap that comes down with spikes, and they just sort of put a statue of the bank owner to block it and just go under it.
And they're dodging tripwires and explosions and gunfire.
As they're walking, they're just shooting the traps, and it's fantastic. It is great.
Why they're doing that, we skip to the staff talking about Gasback. He's like, we'll clean him out, but we might live, unlike Vash the Stampede. If he was here, he would die because he destroys everything.
Because they're kind of talking about how everywhere Gasback hits, it's through, but at least you live afterwards. Your bank will never recover, but you're alive. Whereas if it was Vash the Stampede, you would all be dead. They're just like, thank God it's not Vash. Thank God it's not Vash. Thank God it's not Vash.
Pretty much.
They just have this little mantra. Thank God it's not Vash the Stampede.
So, and then we get Gasback and his lackeys loading the cash into the trunk, and he's boasting to the staff. And then one of his lackeys comes up and shoots him. It's a mutiny.
Yeah. They're
like, we're tired of
you.
They want to live the good life.
Yeah, all you do is steal money and put it into the next job. And he's like, that's what being a robber is all about. You steal money and put it into the next job.
And they're like, we want to just steal money and live comfortably.
Yeah, Gasback doesn't care about money. Gasback just does it for the thrill of the robbery.
I mean, I guess if you're gonna be a robber, that's a way to do it.
He's very much like Brilliant Dynamite Neon.
I don't know what that is.
You don't remember? He's the one that tried to rob the sand steamer.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, you're
Brilliant
right.
Dynamite Neon. Yeah, he had the
Yeah.
super flashy dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And and then they tip the police, but they want to kill him. And so Lackey
That's not
goes to
well.
shoot him, like
Yeah,
in the
he
head,
goes
execution kind of thing. And
and
he's hit by a coin.
yeah, his the coin stops him and Gasback just starts flicking him in the face
He flicks
repeatedly.
the shit out of him.
Like just like you literally see impact from it. Just like the wind
Bam,
just
bam,
boom.
bam.
Dude's
Yeah.
making like freaking sonic booms with a flick. And just
And there's blood, and then he
yeah.
pulls a gun, and the other lackeys are backing off, and he prepares to shoot the guy, and someone screams.
Someone screams, "My donut! My
Yep.
donut! Get a 3-second rule! 3-second rule!"
So Gasback apparently is standing on Vash's donut, and
His
his donut
precious
just
donut.
didn't make it.
No,
Didn't
his
make it.
precious donut. He's like, "Come on, man! You owe me a new donut."
He was tied up with the rest of the people. Vash
Yeah.
apparently came into this bank to have donuts, and
So
he only wants a replacement donut, and he's making a big
yeah,
show of it. And he grabs Gasback as he shoots, throwing off his aim, allowing the lackeys to run away.
they escape and they let the Thomases go.
Thomas, if you don't know, they're like,
They're
think
a
of like
weird lizard
really
creature.
ugly. Well, I was thinking more like kiwi chocobos, kind of lizard kiwi chocobos,
they're like weird dinosaurs with
bird
masks.
lizard.
Yeah.
What do they have masks or is that their
Yeah.
head? I don't
I
know.
don't know. It looks like it's a natural mask. It's weird.
But
But yeah,
the
Gasback. Well,
staff
Gasback.
realize it's Vash the Stampede.
Well, that's after Gasback kind of chucks him, and he
Oh
lands
yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
table, and like they're like, and like the wanted poster falls on his face, and they're just
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
"It's Vash the Stampede."
No, we're gonna die. All I could think of, like saying it like that was like, remember Patrick? That
Yeah.
was my last chocolate bar. Now I'm gonna starve.
Starve.
Just bubble gut, you know. But they panic and the cops come and Gasback demands why Vash saved him and the lackeys, and he's just like, I don't want anyone to die.
Yeah.
So Gasback
Gasback.
then hits a button.
To escape, the Thomases just released missiles everywhere, and I was like, that's where the money went. I see.
All the
Explosives.
gotta say and then the explosive make the Thomases run around and freak out even more, which
Yeah.
causes the explosions to go all over the place even more.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
it causes
You
the
can't hear me.
explosions to go crazy. Oh, I can hear you. It causes the
Okay.
explosions to go crazy, and everything gets blown up. And he's just like, "You better watch out for that." And this missile comes right at him, and he's just like, "Ah!"
One hits the plant, one hits the bank, and
Yeah.
later Vash is blamed for it all. Of course he is.
Of course, it's Vash Stampede. He's always blamed for everything. It's
We have a
never
little
his
bit of a
fault.
no. Well,
One thing, the two technically was his fault. Two.
but I mean, it was an accident, but still, it happened. But anyway, that's something you have to watch the show to find out about. Story time. We have story time about Vash, the Stampede, the humanoid typhoon. And
but I do want to say Gasback does have a good point because he talks about you cast to die here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, let's
that theme's explored throughout the movie.
Yeah.
But 20 years later, and people discussing Gasback has now a $300 million bounty on his head, and he coming.
And we get to see our favorite girls.
Meryl and Millie.
The Bernadelli Insurance Agency girls.
Yes, they're traveling through the desert talking about a pompous statue of a man honoring himself that they're going to have to go do insurance work about. That's what they're doing.
Which is our bandit from 20 years ago who bought a statue of himself. Big bronze statue.
The first time I watched this, I did not realize it was him until much later in the movie. But pretty much this dude kind of put this town together around his lavish mansion kind of thing.
Yeah, he's got like a spandam thing going on.
And he built that statue to honor himself for making the town.
Shout out to anyone who knows what spandam is.
What is it?
Oh, he's the leader of CP9. From One Piece! Yeah! Well, he does. So this is actually this is actually relevant. This is actually relevant. In One Piece, there was a character Spandam that got his face beat in, and so he has this like mask that's bolted onto him to kind of like keep his bones, in the right place. And so
Mm.
this dude, literally, when we see him, has like a gold thing that comes down across his face to keep his bones in place. It's
Oh,
a 1-to-1 comparison. Yeah,
interesting.
it's not a reference just brought up out of nowhere. It's a reference that has a point.
Ah.
Yeah, but I think it's really cool. But they're there to talk about the statue.
Yeah.
We get like
We
a bunch of bounty hunters are showing up because
two try
everybody's.
hitting on Meryl and Millie, and it just does not work out
Oh
well
yeah,
for them.
Millie's strap breaks, which she has a strap on
Again,
a giant ass gun, and
it's
it
huge.
happens all the time because that gun weighs like friggin' 500 pounds.
And it falls and breaks a guy's foot. Funny stuff,
I
funny stuff.
freaking love Millie.
And we see the sheriff escorts them through the town, packed with bounty hunters, and gives a little bit of story time that
Yeah,
they're there because the rumors that Gasback is going to strike, and Mr. Kevlar, the statue man, as I put him in the
yeah,
notes, also the old lackey, has enlisted them instead of like private militia.
yeah.
So to
Well, he's
protect,
also hired a ton of guards.
we find out
He's enlisted them
oh,
because they're there to confirm because the bounty hunters and guards are there. He wants the Bernardelli Insurance Agency to confirm the price of the statue, which is apparently bronze, and he
$5
wants
million or double
five
billionaires.
billion,
Yeah.
5 billion double dollars.
See, in the dub, they said million at first and then billion after
No,
that. So billion.
I
No,
only watched the
I
dub. Yeah, it's
swear
been
it
billion
says
the entire
okay.
time. Yeah,
Weird that you like the dub of this movie.
it's
I mean,
because when I
Bash
first
is a
watched,
great dub. I
yeah,
mean,
Bash is a great
Bash
dub. That's why
Trigun
I did it.
Trigun is.
Trigun sounds better in dub than it does sub. That's only why.
Makes sense, but the big desert, and then we go to like this big desert bus, like big convoy thing,
It
and
is called a sand steamer.
look, I know, but I don't.
Well,
People don't know what a sand steamer is if they haven't watched the movie. It's a big
it's a
desert
sand
bus,
train. It's a sand train.
I guess.
It's also
And
they do big convoys, and we get these two guys that are kind of bounty hunter jerkwads. It's the best way to describe them. They're shut up. They're like, we want some smoked Thomas meat, and one of the dudes is like eating a sausage off the tray. She's like, you gonna pay for that? And he's like, smoked Thomas and sausage. Which there's only
yeah,
one reason I bring up the smoked Thomas. It's actually a plot point. It's
yes,
actually a
it
plot
is.
point. It's a
And
very important plot point.
they hit on a lady and she beats him up. But then as things
Well,
escalate,
Well,
Vash,
first I want to explain this because they're trying to cut the Thomas meat, but they have a knife
yeah,
and it's super hard and it's almost impossible to get even a small sliver off of. That's actually based off of an actual smoked fish in Japan that requires a bonito. It's where it requires a special box that they use. It's like a razor blade
oh,
box to shave it. Yeah,
interesting. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
But then as they're hitting on this
Yeah,
woman,
they
things
hit on this
escalate. She
girl.
kicks her butt.
She kicks him in the nuts, kicks the other
Oh
dude
yeah.
down, and then she's just like, "What? You want to get kicked again?"
And
And
then things start escalating and talking about force. Y'all know what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah,
And a cringe there, and they just double team her, and Vash interrupts, asking about a knife for the meat.
yeah. You
dude
guys had a knife, right? Oh, come
and
on,
dude tries to
yeah.
stab Bash, and he blocks
Blocks it
it.
with the
Now,
Thomas meat.
was it the Thomas meat or his
Yep.
arm?
Nope, it was the
I thought
Thomas
it was
meat.
I thought it was his arm.
No, he blocked it
So
with his
yeah,
Thomas meat, and it
and it
shatters.
shatters a knife, and bits of the shrapnel go in the dude's
Lights up both
forehead,
of
and
their
his
foreheads. Yeah.
like it's funny. And then one of the slime ball pulls a gun and threatens the lady again, and he ties up the goons in a rug. Vash does. He puts the
He
goons in a
gets them
rug.
both to get caught up, tied in a rug, and one of the guys is like, "It's against the rules to shoot your gun on the train, and we have to obey the rules, don't we?"
The staff pretty much yeet him out in the desert. And
Yep, get him out in the
yeah,
desert.
not allowed
Vash
to
and
fire
the
guns on the
lady,
ship.
yeah, Vash and the lady make it to town that Gasback's supposedly going to go to, and Vash is
Oh, and
doing his
then
typical womanizing thing.
yeah, and Millie and Meryl make it to Mr. Kevlar's palace. They offer a box of donuts, which is their thing. Which is the whole reason. And if you watch the anime, the whole reason why Vash even started talking to them was because of donuts.
Yeah.
Vash and I are alike in that, as donuts are a major form of communication. Very important life point is donuts.
Vash loves donuts.
He does.
That's a key
I
point.
also love
Vash
donuts.
loves donuts. But yeah,
And
they freeze the donuts, which is funny, and they check it for bombs, and it's like it's safe. And he wants to insure
but
the statue on the plant, but they're like, no, we don't do plants.
yeah, and has valuable contents.
The
What
statue
could
is
be a
valuable. The statue is valuable because it's made of bronze.
it was I read it as
It's
I heard it as valuable contents. But
it's
is
valuable
bronze really
because
that valuable though?
yeah, on that planet, yeah.
Oh, I guess. And the girls have to. They decide they have to protect it. The desert bus arrives there. You already said that. And then she tries to punch him. And then
Yeah.
she has an allergic. Okay, Vash does
She,
Vash things.
Vash
She
does
has an
Vash
allergic
things, and
reaction,
she has an allergic reaction. She says it happens when I touch idiots like men.
which is
And
hilarious.
and Vash is like, well, you came to the wrong town. Then it's full of bounty hunters, and those are just nothing but idiot men.
Yes, indeed. And then we see flashbacks, and Mr. Kevlar is his other lackey, and
Yeah,
the
the other
other
dude had a
lackey's
casino that
other
got
one.
robbed.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then a bunch of
not these
dudes
days.
show up and shoot a bar, and Gasback and Wolfwood are there. Wolfwood, which is a very awesome character from the anime.
Yes, he's a
Which
fantastic character.
a spoiler for the anime right now. May he rest in peace.
You didn't
I
even
love
have to say
Wolfwood.
anything. You didn't have to say anything.
Fine, then
Could
cut
have
it
just
out. Then
not said anything. So
but still.
Wolfwood helps Gasback out. You find out that essentially Wolfwood was dying out in the desert. The machine wouldn't take his money. Gasback showed up, gave him some
Like a
change,
vending
gave him
machine for
water.
a snack or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
and so
And so
now he's Gasback's bounty hunter,
he's
or he's
indebted
Gas
to him,
bodyguard.
and he's a man of the cloth. Now Wolfwood is man
Yeah,
of the cloth, a man of the church. He's that's his actual thing he carries around everywhere is this massive cross. And that's his thing. If you watch the anime, he has a whole spiel on why he carries it and everything.
yeah, he's a
But
priest.
now we're back to Vash trying his luck with the lady again. And he knows her name. It's
Because he
Amelia.
read it off the guest register, and she's like, "You're staying at the same hotel as me." He's like, "More like the same room."
And then he's a little bit of a creeper, and he takes off her boot when she tries to kick him, and she gets an allergic reaction again.
Yeah, which I mean, come on, dudes. It's the desert, and yeah, that's gross. It's a desert and a boot in a desert. No, it's gross, sweaty, nasty.
Leather, but there was no sock there either.
No, there wasn't. This was grosser.
He just rips off her boot and just straight up rubs his face on her. Ugh, ugh.
So yeah,
I don't like feet, so I'm just like, whew.
No.
And Vash
They
follows
go past
Amelia.
some people, yeah.
Yeah, to the bar, and Millie and Meryl are there, and they all sit together, even though Amelia is.
Two.
She protests. Yeah. She doth protest, but
they are the only two open seats.
And they're like, Millie and Meryl are like, why are you here? Whenever you're around trouble, and he's like, I'm just here for some sightseeing in the desert.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's Vash.
Yeah, you're right. And Meryl's like, she almost blows who he is, and she tells him to leave, and because he's trouble. And then she drags him away by his ear, and he causes a big scene.
How dare you treat Vash the Stampede like this? And everybody laughs.
He starts yelling and screaming.
Yeah. And then, it's a fun, happy, joyful atmosphere until
Meryl's regretting her life choices.
Yeah. I love that Vash goes back and he's like, I'm a dangerous wanted criminal. And Millie's just like, oh no, I'm scared.
Yeah, it's adorable.
I love
it's
Millie
cute.
so much.
Millie is bae. But then Gasback is planning to take the statue to get revenge. It's gonna be his best job ever, and Wolfwood's contracted to help him until he gets to Mr. Kevlar's place.
Yep, that's all he needs to do.
Once he gets him in the door, his contract is up.
Yeah. So bar is joyful and fun until the two goons from earlier show up, and they start up. Then and Amelia.
Now, mind you, at this point, the girls are drunk. They're all drunk.
Oh, they're all drunk.
Yeah.
And she's just like, Gasback is.
Amelia starts
toilet.
Yeah, Gasback. Amelia starts a brawl. The whole freaking everyone gets into it. She
Everyone.
even drunk, she
There's
kicks some major ass.
Oh heck yeah! I love the dude that jumps from the top little like walkway. He just jumps down like a wrestler. Oh, I love
yeah.
this scene. There's so many great moments.
There is the whole bar fight's amazing. It's great. And Vash this whole time is trying to de-escalate it, and it just doesn't work. Everyone ignores him.
Until
And dude pull guns.
Yeah,
then,
the two dudes from earlier pull guns.
And then all of a sudden, everyone pulls guns, and just as about they're all ready to fire, they realize they don't have bullets. Somehow, Vash is hiding under a table with an armload of all of their bullets.
You notice it when he's been walking around telling everybody to calm down.
Yeah.
Vash has really fast hands.
Yeah, he does. He do have them fast hands.
Yeah.
And then they get mad at him and start chasing him around. More fighting.
My bullets! Well, he throws his bullet. He throws the bullets in the air, and everyone dives for the bullets.
And he gets
Amelia.
Thank you. Amelia out of there. And he's carrying her, and she talks about Gasback. And
well, they leave with Millie and Meryl.
Oh yeah, and then
Millie has to take Meryl back to their room.
Yes.
Because Meryl's too drunk.
Oh yeah. And then Vash and Amelia are alone, and she starts talking about the.
I wanted to say this because this is a really funny scene when Meryl is really drunk, and Vash is trying to get understanding of what the situation is, and she's like, "I told you, the statue is in the troubles. Gasback is insurance."
Yeah, that's true. And she also mentions the idiot 20 years ago who let him get away.
Who let Gasback get away, and that's why Amelia hates Gasback and hates the idiot who helped him, and blah blah blah.
It was Vash. We know this. And then she vomits on him.
Maybe not. We just know she vomits. He doesn't seem to clean his coat, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that he dodged it.
He's sitting in the chair. She's passed out in bed.
And he doesn't touch her. He leaves her in bed. What a gentleman. Vash is a gentleman.
Well, remember in the anime when he does the thing to save a town, and they try to send some ladies to help as a thank you, and he doesn't do anything there either.
No.
Vash for all of his womanizing is a good boy.
And then we see a memory of young Amelia and her mom, and talking about a precious secret. Mom gets sick and dies.
Precious secret box. She gets sick. She dies. Which, I mean, not uncommon. You're on a desert planet, and it's pretty much hard to get water, hard to get medicine.
Yeah, pretty much. And then
Gasback hits a factory in the night.
The marshal is drunk as well, by the way. We see him at the bar stirring up trouble. And he also goes over and checks on the plant. There's a bunch of people there like, yeah, the plant's fine. For those of you that don't know, the plant is pretty much what it sounds like. It provides electricity to town. There is a lot more to what the plant is.
Too.
Yeah, there's a lot more to what the plant is, but you'd have to watch the anime because that's a lot to get into. But it provides life to the town.
It can create food, it can create water, it can create power, it can do all sorts of things.
Yes. So Vash falls asleep on the chair and leaves Amelia in the bed, as you said. And then we see Gasback, and it says it's time to go, and attacks something. And there's a bunch of security bots.
It's a factory. He's attacked a factory.
Yeah, it's a factory. Wolfwood helps, and they break into a factory.
He unleashes an electric blast to take down the security
bots.
Oh,
yeah, the electric blast
gauntlet.
thing.
Important plot point.
He's got, like, an artificial arm that expands, which...
As you know, the statue is the troubles. Gasback is the insurance.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Amelia wakes up the next morning, and Vash left her donuts
they steal
and a
hovercraft.
See, they do steal. They steal something. They steal a thing.
They steal a hovercraft. It's like it looks like it's like a cargo hauler.
Yeah, like some sort of industrial machinery.
Yeah. And everybody in town is pretty much getting ready to leave because they're like, Gasback didn't even come here.
He went to a town, the next town over, kind of thing.
Yeah, Vash left Amelia donuts because he's a nice guy.
Yeah, and a note, and it was cute. I even paused to try to read the note. You can't read it all. Just said something like "all the love, Vash" or something like that.
Yeah, he's a cute guy. And Vash gets attacked by some little kids who are like, "We got Gasback."
It was very cute.
Very Vash
cute.
Vash is very good.
That's why you think I named my dog Vash. He is the best boy.
Vash is
Vash
good
is the
with
best boy.
kids. Always
And
is.
he's good with everybody. Vash is the best
Yeah.
boy. But Amelia and Meryl are leaving, and so is Amelia. As you said, everyone's leaving. And Vash almost stops her and then's like, nope, bye. And
Oh
she's like,
well, I
wait a
guess
minute.
yeah. I guess our paths will cross again someday.
Yeah. And she's like, wait a minute. She immediately spins around and like fast walks back to him. She's like, are you just
Yeah.
trying to get me to leave? And she's not
Why? What
buying
do you
it.
know?
Then there's an explosion. Gates are attacked, and it's Gasback. With
In his his hauler with a big old inflatable big booby lady from the
looks like a
casino.
sex doll. Looks like a big sex
Yeah, it
doll,
looks like a
honestly.
big blow up doll, but it was at the casino. He just stole it. It was freaking
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's funny. And he's pounding at the front gates, and she jumps into town, guns ablazing. All the bounty hunters rush in, fighting, explosions, and Millie and Meryl run to go protect the
Oh yeah,
statue.
it's glorious. Gasback is running around. There's a moment where he goes into an alleyway and there's a dude in a car coming after him, and a bunch of dudes down the alleyway that had guns pointed at him are running away from it, and he just fires like one big cannon blast at it, and they all run into another alleyway. Car comes out on fire, and then like this explosion happens. I literally, as
Lots
I
of
watched it,
explosions.
I was just like, cool guys don't look at explosions. They blow things up and they walk away.
Pretty much
So yeah,
exactly.
amazing fight, amazing action, boom, 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 lots of explosions.
Explosions.
Gasback shows up at the gates, fires another one of his big shells at a group of dudes,
Wait,
and boom, a
the lackeys also go to Mr. Kevlar, and he's like, no, I don't want to lose what we built, because the
Yeah,
lackeys want to run. They're just like,
yeah,
well, to cut our losses and get out of here, we'll keep our lives. And he's like, no, no. And then yeah, more fighting. And Vash is why all this fighting's happening. Vash is protecting as many people as he can.
yeah. He's been stopping lethal actions the whole time, and when he stops
And
the big cannon is when Gasback's like, "You've been in my way, or little bits at a time this whole time," and Vash is like, "Only a little? Ah, I thought I was doing more work than that."
yeah, pretty much. And he's shooting people's guns out of their hands and stuff. And then Vash sees Wolfwood, and he's like, hey,
Wolfwood's like, "You gotta let this
the
one go,
fuck?
Needle Noggin."
Pretty much like, look, we're both doing what our Wolfwood's
Yeah,
abiding by his word and his debt, and Vash is just trying to be himself.
Awesome gun duel between Vash and Wolfwood. Gasback gets through the gates, and Wolfwood has Vash pinned down. And he's like, "With that, my contract is complete."
Did you notice during that scene at some point Vash just pulls a rocket launcher out of his ass?
It was
just
no, he literally pulled it. It was one of the guy's rocket launchers. He pulled it off the
yeah, but it
ground
just pulls it out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh
because he got
yes,
it behind
that
the
won't
wall.
kill
Yeah,
anybody. That won't kill anybody, Vash.
it
Yeah.
well, it didn't. Vash is
Look, you're
really
right, but
good aim.
still. So, and then Wolfwood's like, I got you in. That's the end of my contract.
Yep.
And yeah, that's it.
So we get Gasback goes into the dude's office, blows the wall down. Dude pulled a gun out, shoots the other two, and he's just like, "Look, look, look! I punished them for you, Gasback.
I got your revenge.
You won't kill me, right? You won't kill me, right?" And he's like,
And
"You
he's
think
pretty
that?"
much pissing his
Yeah.
pants at this point.
I love Gasback. Like, you think that's a petty amount? No, that's not enough. It's not
He's
enough.
also really disgusted by how he's being a coward.
Yeah, he's like, "You're a coward. You always have been." And he's just like, "I want to see the look on your face as I take everything from you."
Vash runs in, and so does
Yeah,
Amelia.
yeah. Amelia
And
shows up,
he steps between them and stalls them,
puts
doing
his finger
Vash
down
does
the
Vash
barrel of
things.
Amelia's gun, and I
Yeah.
love that whole scene. Just like, take your finger out. And he's like, "I can't." So she's like, "Do." He's like, "I can't. It's stuck." She's like, "If you don't, do you want me to blow your finger off?" "No." "Then take your finger out." "I can't." Vash.
Yeah. Vash does Vash things.
Which
And
causes dude to get away.
Mr. Kevlar runs, coward. And Gasback reveals it was to Amelia that it was Vash that saved him those 20 years ago.
And reveals that he is indeed Vash the Stampede.
Yes, and Gasback runs, and Amelia's pissed. Oh, she's pissed.
Oh, she's mad. She's like...
And she demands why. And Vash is just like, I just want people to live. I want to save lives.
She's like, even if that person takes the lives of other people, blah, blah.
Yeah, and she reveals to Vash that Gasback killed her mom, and that not all lives are worth saving.
Yeah.
And, if you save a
Very
bad guy's life, then he's going to be alive to take other lives kind of thing.
yeah,
And
which it
honestly,
is
it makes sense.
it's a very harsh moral quandary because
Mm-hmm.
you don't know if the life you save will lead to the loss of other lives. And so Vash is just trying to live his life with as few deaths as possible. And so he constantly is chasing the die he cast. He constantly has to go after the people whose lives he saved because some of them are bad people that are trying to take other people's lives and he has to stop it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and that's pretty
I
much.
love
And
it.
Wolfwood even calls Vash out, and he's like, "You can't, but
Can't save everybody.
you can't
Kind of
save
the
everybody, dude."
ideology, yeah.
Yeah, and Gasback then confronts Mister Kevlar, which is
He
King or Kane or
Cain,
Kane. Yeah,
like
it was
Cain and
Kane.
Abel.
Gotcha. And he wants to make it even, take everything from him, and he blows up the plant and a bunch of other
Blows up the
stuff.
supports on the plant, which caused the
Yeah,
plant to release, which the plant looks like a giant light bulb and roll
it
down.
does.
Which it's interesting because in the very beginning, the very opening scene is a broken light bulb in the desert.
Hey, I didn't notice that, but you're
Yeah,
right.
and so Gasback, the light bulb falls, the
Hey,
statue moves
I
in
finally
just
got my wig to look more Deku like.
the statue
Right?
moves in just the right way to capture the
Getting there.
light bulb. It starts to turn to shift
But
the
yeah,
light
like the
bulb
light
down.
bulb rolls throughout the whole town. But notice it missed all the buildings. Like Gasbag
Well, yeah,
had this
because
set up.
it rolled directly down the center, which is yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the light bulb breaks the statue. It rolls into the back of the carrier that they got, which it's
The
stopped
the,
by
the
the big
industrial machine, yeah.
yeah. It's stopped by the big blow up doll, and Gasbag leaves. He's like,
He
boom,
takes the whole plant. Didn't
greatest
even touch the
greatest
statue.
robbery ever. No, the statue's
Well, actually,
destroyed.
like he wasn't after the statue though, because he
No,
was not trying to steal the statue. He was just trying to
no.
make this guy's life miserable. Because like
Yeah,
it
the
rolls
statue's
down into
destroyed.
the statue, turns it, and it falls down. But yeah, but
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Gasback physically himself, that's what I was trying to get at, did not. I mean, he planned it
No,
for sure, but physically himself did not touch the statue.
no.
But then he takes off, and Amelia and a bunch of other bounty hunters and Wolfwood, everybody goes after him.
Yes.
And Gasback's using, like, there's like a crane arm on the thing, and he's
And he's
using that to
knocking
yeet.
cars
Yeah,
away. It's awesome.
and we have a
Awesome
car
chase
chase.
scene.
Yeah,
Like he shoves one of the arms into the ground to shift the car to turn it. All the cars crash into this like hill. Amelia drives over the hill. Like it's awesome. Everything is awesome.
it's and Vash is just, he gets in the way when they
Yes.
finally catch up,
And
because he's
he's
only
like,
concerned
"Hey,
about the plant.
He's like, "You can't shoot at it. You might break the plant." And she's like, "Gasback's more important." Blang, bang, blang. And then we find out that we had found out that the sheriff was actually working for Gasback the whole time, and he's in
Yep.
the car and he shoots Vash, and Vash falls, and he goes
Yeah.
into a sinkhole of some kind. All the sand is sinking down. Wolfwood
Yeah,
tries to
Wolfwood
save
and
him.
Amelia stop to try to save him, and
Yeah,
he just
but
gets sucked in.
all he can do is grab Vash's glasses.
Yeah, he sinks in, he pulls out, all he's got is the glasses.
So
And
yeah,
they sit there for a while. Sun starts going down,
yeah.
and him and her Amelia are talking, and she
She's
tries to
like,
understand
yeah,
Vash.
he saved all
And
these people, but it all ends up all of your ideals die when you do.
yeah, now that he's dead, none of the things
Yeah,
he's done mean anything. They go back and tell Millie and Meryl, and that Vash, they think
yeah.
Vash is dead.
So they have to go report Vash's death, and Wolfwood's in his hotel room, and he's like at a fridge, and you hear like some boom sounds.
No, yeah,
I'm just moving us forward.
town's panicking.
We get Amelia. Amelia comes across the townsfolk one lady's talking about how her son had surgery and his breather stopped working, so the father has to literally manually pump it.
And he has to pump the breather by hand. That the boy won't last a night without help.
Yeah,
Bless you.
thank you.
And Amelia's also seeing all of the people, because there's more people suffering from the fact the plant's gone. The whole town's gonna have to leave without the plant. Yeah. Die out or leave. And Amelia's seeing this. Remember Vash protecting the plant. She realizes she's no different from Gasback in her own way.
Yeah.
She was so obsessed with her goals that she was willing to sacrifice anything to get it. And Wolfwood's upset, Amelia too, and and she starts thinking back to that precious secret from her mom.
Yeah. So
and now, don't. And then Millie and Meryl are rushing to HQ. Is that okay that I skipped to that? Yeah.
I already
And
talked about that part.
no, they're rushing, and obviously Meryl's very, very upset, but she's trying to push it off by focusing on work. And they fall in a sandpit.
Yeah.
they fall in a sandpit. So then Amelia tries to hire Wolfwood. They have this little back and forth.
Well, she goes to hire. He says, "Give me all the cash you got right now." She basically has a coin, and he's just like, "Also, buy breakfast. It's against all my principles to skip breakfast."
Yeah.
And we see Wolfwood walk past the refrigerator that we'd heard the noise from before, and it is dented to hell and in the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, because
I get
Wolfwood
it.
he's very hurt by Vash's death. He's incredibly hurt by it.
Yeah, and
It's
then we
nice.
see
It's a
them
nice moment.
going. It is.
Yeah.
We see them going, and Wolfwood eating a donut, which I thought was very interesting.
He was eating he was actually eating one of Vash's other favorite things, which is a meat sandwich thing.
Really? It looked like a donut, like
Yeah, it's a
a
meat sandwich
long
thing.
a long donut.
No, it's
But
got
anyway.
lettuce and stuff.
Oh, okay. And so they find Gasback, and Lackey's ambush, and this whole scene is amazing.
Wolfwood is wearing Vash's sunglasses.
He is, which is
he looks
really
damn
sweet.
good in them. He looked damn good in them.
He
and
does.
they just start blasting away the bullets and the rockets, and there's like boom, 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 blam. Wolfwood's like, "Hey, I need you to run towards where I shoot." Fires a freaking rocket. Boom. Amelia runs. They start taking things down.
Then Wolfwood's, mind you, that his cross he bears is actually a massive. Not only is it like a shield, it's also a massive gun.
It's a shield. It's a machine gun. It has
rockets,
rocket launcher,
grenades,
grenade launcher, and it has 2 compartments full of guns. So
it does.
It's just a ton of gun.
So as she finally confronts Gasback, and she starts missing on purpose.
Yeah.
At least he says she is, because she's not killing him, not taking the killing shot. But as he turns to fire back, he realizes that he hit the hydraulics on his arm.
She took down one of the arms, and the arm comes crashing down. But as it looks like she has the upper hand, its former sheriff man has the gun.
Yeah. And Gasback starting to gloat. And Wolfwood comes wearing Vash's glasses. Like the whole scene where he walks in, it's very cool, very slow-mo, kind of panning shots, very cool. And Gasback's like, "Well, sorry to do this to you, but now you're pretty much my enemy now, and I gotta kill you," kind of thing. And then suddenly, as I was letting you do the big thing.
Boom! The sheriff's hand is shot and he's bleeding. We cut to Wolfwood, and it slowly pulls away to reveal the big gun right next to Wolfwood's face.
Vash is back.
It's Vash the Stampede.
Yep.
He did not die.
we find out that the only reason he lived was because of
the
that
smoked Thomas meat stopped the bullet. That's why I said it was an important plot point.
And Millie and Meryl, when they stumbled in the sandpit, they pulled him out.
Yes.
And Wolfwood's mad at him, but he gives back the glasses.
Yeah, gives back the glasses. He puts on his own glasses. Vash decides to handle the Gasback situation mano a mano.
Gasback wants to settle up, and
they have a lovely.
Vash is even like, "Wolfwood, stay out of this. Let me do it."
Yes,
kind of.
That's what I said. They said Gasback says we're not going to do a duel. We're going to flip a coin. When the coin hits the ground, that's when we start. Flip, big thing. They're running in circles. Coin falls to the ground, bounces off. Gasback starts shooting. Vash only fires a few shots.
Unflinching, mind you. Gasbag's just firing a hail of bullets at him.
This is Vash when he's serious. Vash is just like, boom. Gasback's aim gets thrown off. Boom, boom, boom. Vash takes the gun down. Gasback
he messes up his mechanical arm.
Yeah, boom. Vash shoots him in the leg, takes him down to the ground. So Gasback tries to lift his arm up to shoot him again. Boom! Vash shoots him in the shoulder. Gasback like is desperate, literally uses this like air cannon thing to lift the gun up, which he's been doing throughout the series, but he has to literally have it max pressure to lift the gun up because he's got shot through the shoulder. He's gonna like fire at Vash again. Bum 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 bum. Vash releases all of the canisters from Gasback's arm, shoots him, big explosion, takes Gasback down.
Yep. And then
It's amazing.
He pushes himself to fire a shot, and then Amelia comes up and stops
he goes to use the electricity, and Amelia like says, "Let me handle this." Throws her hand out to stop the electricity, and you see her glove and her like her shirt kind of like dissolve away from the force of the electricity, and she reveals she has a gauntlet underneath it that's stopping the electricity. And Gasback is like, where'd you get
he
that?
shook.
Yeah, there's only one other of those. I gave it to. She's like, you gave it to my mother.
Yep.
Which
and reveals it.
Yeah. Here's the important thing though. That necklace that Amelia wears. Guess what?
I did not even notice the necklace.
That is the same necklace that Gasback took off of Kane in the very beginning.
Oh, and then he gave neat. He gave it to the woman.
It is a really subtle touch. It is a super subtle, brilliant touch that no one notices.
She reveals that she's his daughter and her mom's dead.
He's like, I gave them enough money to survive, but she's like, well, people like you came and stole it, and no one would help Gasback's wife and daughter.
Yep. And the doctor wouldn't even come to see her when she was sick.
So
that's why his mom died.
Her mom died.
And Amelia's gonna shoot, and Vash does not stop her this time.
No.
He doesn't. And she's gonna shoot, and her gun goes off, but she shoots it at the sky.
Into the air. Yeah.
Yep. She's like, my mom would have wanted better. And she comments to the Vash that she can't judge him now because she's like him.
She's just like him. So
Kane shows up.
Yeah. Kane shows up with a big thing. Vash leaves Wolfwood to handle it.
A rocket with his face
on it. Vash leaves Wolfwood to handle it. There's a fun little back and forth. Wolfwood stops it. It explodes. Kane's taken down. And so we get to our lovely end. We get
credits rolling.
Yeah.
And while the credits roll, we get to see the town gets the plant back.
Town gets the plant back. They got
the little boy makes it.
Little boy makes it. We hear that Amelia gave all 300 million to the town, and Wolfwood gives Vash crap for not taking 150 million that was rightfully his. Vash is like, I don't need the money.
Yep.
They just weigh
Bad
me down.
guys are arrested, and we see them. And
Meryl and Millie are happy because it turns out that the insurance policy was taken out under a false name by a criminal, so they don't have to pay out the money. Everyone.
And we revealed that Amelia's only 19. If Vash hadn't saved Gasback, she
never
wouldn't even been born. Yes. Vash sees a newspaper article about some brothers. Somebody else needs help.
And he turns and starts walking in a different direction. Wolfwood grabs the newspaper from him, is like, what's that? And he's like, he reads out about the brothers who escaped prison who are serving, 70 consecutive life sentences?
Yeah, very dangerous brothers.
And he's just like, tell me you don't have anything to do with this.
Vash says nothing and just keeps walking.
Yeah. And that's the end of our movie. It is beautiful, it is wonderful, it is action-packed, it is great. There's so many little subtle things that point to the stories. It's literally 10 donuts out of 10 donuts, 10 sunglasses out of 10 sunglasses, 10 millies out of 10 millies.
I don't know if I give it like that high of an overall rating, but it was a really good movie. I'll give it 9 because I've seen it before. I'll give it 9 out of everything because it's not like the best anime movie ever, but it's a very solid movie. It's a very good movie.
There's literally nothing negative I can say about the movie. So if there's nothing negative I can say about it, it has to be a 10.
You know what? That's fair. There's nothing negative I can say about the movie either, honestly. I mean, but as it has the downfalls of every anime movie for a series. Like, this is not a true negative thing. Every anime movie for a series does this. It doesn't, like, I mean, but this does better than most. Like, a lot of the anime movies are non-canon.
Yeah. This
A lot
is
of them are.
canon.
This is completely canon. It could fit.
Mm-hmm.
They could have split this up into episodes, and it could have fit anywhere
Well,
except for the very beginning or very end, anywhere in the middle of the show.
It was based off of a one-shot written by the Trigun author, who wrote the manga. So this is a canon movie.
You're right. I will give you that. You're right. I'll agree with you. 10 and 10. Can't really say anything negative about it, and it does better than other anime movies for the shows.
And
because
you don't need to
a lot
really
of them
see the series to know the characters. Like,
a lot of them are non-canon.
Yeah.
I mean, I like, personally, I love their world, and I wanted more. Like, if you watch the anime when it winds down to the end with all that stuff that goes down, I want more of that. If I ever read the manga, I'd probably learn a lot more about that.
Yes, you would.
Just Vash and knives, and honestly, like, I wish there was more, but that's all there'd be.
Yes.
So
fantastic movie, fantastic anime. Wonderful.
Thanks for being here with us.
Yes.
If you're here,
your family. Thank you all for being our patrons. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. And I hope you guys enjoyed our discussion. This is a movie that we both enjoy, from a series we both enjoy. So we're horribly biased.
Which honestly is rare, because we're both really picky about. Yeah. we just got lucky. Our production team that picked us to do this, because they got lucky by finding two very. We have similar taste, but also they're very different. You know what I mean?
Yes. But
they're similar enough to say purple is similar to blue, but it's not the same. Okay. But yeah, so we got lots more movies planned. You guys can check that out on the Discord, and don't forget to pay attention for more wildcard picks. Maybe next time you'll pick one of mine.
Keep your eyes out.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. We'll see. Oh, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye. Bye.